You ever see an anime cover or a premise and you just tell yourself like, yeah, that's way too girly for me? You're definitely familiar with the expression, don't judge a book by its cover, but these are the top 10 girly anime that guys will absolutely love regardless, or your money back guaranteed. My name is Misty Chronexia, and for the last decade I've watched anime compulsively several hours a day to widen my knowledge of as many shows as humanly possible. These following 10 shows were some of which I vividly remember. Ew, an anime about X thematic. I'm sure it's gonna suck, and they blew me out of the water. Hopefully they can do the same for you. Pop a seat, let's open this list with Number 10, Smile Down the Runway. Ew, an anime about modeling? Are you out of your mind, Misty? I'm a guy, I like manly stuff. Cars, Red Bull, punch in the face. You gotta make me watch a bunch of chicks lining up on a runway wearing feathers out of their buttholes? Yes, I am. And yes, the thematic is indeed fashion industry, and their aforementioned showcase. A young girl who is from a prestigious lineage of modeling strives to become a model herself, except she's short, which in the industry is a straight up red flag. She's driven and won't take no for an answer. Thankfully, she meets a fellow classmate who seems like a genius clothes designer. Together, they team up to create a massive shockwave in the business. Give it one episode. If you're not hooked, I'll take it back, but I think I'm gonna be right on this one. Number 9, Orimono Gatari. Romance anime are generally painted as girl shows, and they're quite a slew to pick from. The thing is, they always follow the same formula. Guy likes girl, girl likes guy, pussyfooting for 30 plus something episodes with misunderstandings, so in the end, maybe they kiss, maybe they hold hand, it's never clear. That's not the case with Orimono Gatari. Instead of building up to the beginning of a romantic relationship, it starts you right off in a brand new one. It's just so wholesome and feel good. You're feeling depressed, it will give you hope back into this world. Even if you care little for romance, the show is worth watching on the account of the two main guys' bromance. For all accounts of anime praising friendship, I've never seen one that felt as genuine as the friendship between these two dudes. Terrific anime. Number 8, Gekkon Shoujo Nozaki-kun. It's a comedy, you can't go wrong with a comedy. The premise of this show is about a girl who's in love with one guy, and when she confesses her love to him, he just gives her an autograph thinking she's a fan. Turns out the guy is actually an author for a monthly shoujo manga for girls, eventually leading the girl to become an assistant/model template for him so he can use her knowledge of what a girl is actually like to better improve his manga. If you've enjoyed anime like Bakuman or Mangaka-san to Assistant-san, you'll have a blast with this show. Despite it being thematically a girl consulting for a guy's writing a girl's manga, it works out really well. I recommend it a lot. Number 7, Glass Mask. Yes, I'm back again about this show. This is the story of two girls who are into acting on the big stage. One girl had a really solid upbringing. She's got success, money, what have you, anything she wants, she gets it. The other girl, the main character, is a low-income restaurant worker with her bitter mom. Both want to get the main role for the upcoming play, but of course, there's only one slot for the job, so they undergo various challenges to race to the top, and despite the show coming out in 2005, it aged incredibly well, and I recommend it to anyone who wants a meaty anime with great characters and a solid progression all around. It's really hard to praise it, but that's why I'm being so incessant about it. I've had an incredible time watching this one. Number 6, Princess Tutu? Ballet. Yes, it doesn't get girlier than this. The story of Princess Tutu is about a duck who gets transformed into a girl who can then transform into a magical girl called... Well, you read the title. She dances ballet, and most of the color palette is pink. And you're probably going like, yo, Misty, I'm growing a vagina just listening to you talk about this. Why would a dude like me care? And on the surface, I don't really have an answer. It's a leap of faith kind of thing. You just have to take my word for it. The show bursts out in shine of passion, witty writing, charming characters. It has twist, comedy. It's a perfect blend. But unless you're willing to take that first step yourself of giving it a chance, my script hands here, but you get the point. Try it, you little bitch. Number 5, and I cannot stress this enough, Skip Beat, another anime with a can-do female lead. The premise is about a young girl whose best friend is a successful icon. She does everything to help him out on his path to greatness until one day she overhears him talking down about her, treating her like crap behind her back. Filled with a burning rage after all she did for him, she vows to beat him as an even bigger icon herself, taking jobs better than his, attending audition higher than his, and eventually just shutting him down completely with her raw talent. Sounds like a petty, vindictive anime, but it's so much more than that. I went in not expecting much and it totally swept me away. I could not recommend it enough in one lifetime. Also, Pete Piper made a fantastic dub of it. If you're a dub exclusive anime watcher, you're all set truly. Number 4, Toradora. We already had Orimono Gatari, but I wanted to also toss one romantic anime that goes from pure stranger connection to something more concrete. Toradora, possibly acclaimed as one of the best in that genre, is the story of Ryuji and Taiga, two very menacing looking teenagers who, despite their appearance, have a much softer side to them. They're both in love with a different person, so they decide to tag team and wingman each other into confessing their love and realizing along the way that they're actually neighbors of all things. Despite being a romantic anime, the show is actually labeled as a shonen, so you won't feel too far out of your depth. Also, the comedy is pretty good, too. Number 3, Ballroom E Youkoso. Let me tell you a story for this one. See, I have this friend, in real life I do have some, yes, who's as dude as it gets. He decided he wanted to watch this anime as a joke, initially sitting himself down with a glass of scotch. And it became one of his all-time favorite show. It's an anime about ballroom dancing, the fancy kind of dancing. There's no twerking in this one. Where they rate you for how the angle of your neck is. Every step is incredibly fancy, you know, the kind. So if you thought Princess Tutu was too much about dancing, this is gonna crank that Shoujo boy up by 20. Yet this anime exudes passion, and there's something captivating about listening, or in this case, watching someone who's purely passionate about something they care about. Main character finds a love for the sports and team up with a girl to knock out the competition. That's how I'm putting it, and that's how you should watch it. Number 2, Koto Tomare. Stop That Sound is a sleeper. It came out earlier last year with the first season and people didn't really pay it much attention. But then, 6 months later, season 2 came out and it just blew out of the stratosphere. The story is about a music club in high school on the verge of shutting down because they don't have enough players. See, the thing is, this isn't any kind of music, it's koto music. Koto is a typical, almost cultural instrument integral to Japan. It's a slab of wood that has a lot of strings on it. Think of it like an horizontal harp, if you must. It's like if you play piano on a harp. Anyway, the anime brims of rich and outstanding characters. It sucked me in the very first episode, and it just keeps building on itself. It reminds me a lot of March Comes In Like a Lion, with the same kind of heavy drama as Your Lie in April brought to the table. Again, an absolute sleeper of an anime.
日曜日の大会で優勝して A 級になったら一緒にカルタ部作ってよ
And the final number 1 slot goes to Chihayafuru. No one really seek out this anime. No one goes out of their way and say, you know what I crave today? Watching a girl playing a memory card game competitively? Nothing manly here. Chihayafuru is a 70+ episode long anime about a girl who plays karuta. Karuta is a sport where there's 50 poems laid on the ground in front of you. Someone starts reading the first half of the poem, and you gotta find the second part in the pool that's in front of you. You'll never live tension like they do in this anime. Seriously, they made 3 seasons of the show, and every new one just more and more hype shoved down your throat. It's a case that everyone thinks it's kinda dumb until they try it out for themselves. I've never heard anyone who've watched this show and said, nah, it sucks. And trust me, I've been in this business a long ass time.
千早ちゃん、白目向いて寝るから怖いんだよな。
So yeah, I guess my point is it's not because they have flashy ribbons and rainbow that you shouldn't check them out. And you know what, screw it. Even if these were purely girly anime about baking and bunnies, not baking bunnies, that'd be something else. You ever seen Bloodsea? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. My point is, don't let anyone skill check your manhood based on the fact your favorite color is hot pink and that you let your 3-year-old daughter paint your nails cyan. Cause she feels it makes your eyes pop out more. That just means you're a darn good dad. So if you do think I'm a good dad, hit that like button and subscribe for more wholesomeness. I've been crunching out some more top 10s lately. There's still a bunch more I have pending, so let's meet again, alright? Later, stranger.
I've been through the hard times, I've been on the wrong side, I've been ashamed. So many memories, you know I'd like to change.